Namaste, witchlings! Welcome back to my channel. I am Di, your favorite yoga witch, living a magical life through yoga, and this is my podcast. Today is World Polio Day, which is observed every year on October 24th to raise awareness about poliomyelitis, a highly infectious disease that can cause paralysis and it can even kill you. Polio is caused by a virus that spreads through contact with the feces of an infected person or via contaminated food and water. Symptoms of polio include fever, sore throat, headache, and vomiting. In some cases, polio can lead to paralysis of your arms, your legs, or potentially both. There is no cure for polio, but it can be prevented with a vaccine that most of us here in the United States have already had. The polio vaccine is safe and effective, and it is one of the most important vaccines that children should be receiving. My personal experiences with polio are actually via two polio survivors. My grandfather, who was my person, and a fellow member of the motorcycle club my husband and I once belonged to. My grandfather developed polio while he was on active duty in the U.S. Navy aboard the USS Wahoo, a submarine that unfortunately is still on patrol. My grandfather was one of the last people off before she sank. One of his shipmates survived polio as a child and recognized the symptoms in my grandfather. He told Grandpa to get his happy arse down to medical and talk to Doc about being, evaluated, tested for polio. Because of this shipmate, my grandfather survived and went on to have two more children aside from the one his wife was pregnant with at the time, my mother. And when she was born, he was in an iron lung. It got that bad for him. He wore a back brace most of my life. He finally was able to get rid of it I can't remember if he was in his 60s or his 70s. I only remember that I was an adult at the time. Let's see. His doctors were fairly convinced that the reason he, unlike many other polio survivors, did not develop post-polio syndrome was because when the polio vaccines became available, he took them. He did both the oral vaccine and the shot. Most of us today just get the shot. The other survivor I know is an amazing kick-ass lady who belongs to our motorcycle club. She and her husband obviously no longer ride, but I believe once upon a time they did. Let's see. Her daughter is also a member of the club and is honestly how I met her. I knew Julie well before I met Judy. Yes, I know, their names are incredibly close together. Judy, however, is one of my favorite people today. She is so sweet, kind, compassionate, and so caring. She's just real and genuine and amazing as a person. I believe she had polio as a child, and today she wears leg braces because of it. This does not stop her from being active and incredibly amazing. I do not know as much of her story as I do my grandfather, obviously, as we were always way too busy talking about everything else in the world when we got the opportunity to visit. So I just know that she survived polio. The polio is the reason for the leg braces, and it hasn't slowed her down. She's just, I love her. I do encourage you people to learn more about polio and the importance of vaccination, not only against polio, but against diphtheria, pertussis, whooping cough, measles, mumps, rubella, all of it. You can find a whole lot more information on the websites of the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. I will be dropping those links. Oh, I forgot to put them into the description box. I'll be adding that later, but they are in the blog post that I created for this that will be live in 45 minutes. I am so grateful for you for tuning in today. I know this is a really short podcast, partly because I have been so incredibly busy this week that my brain just is not with it today. I love you all. Thank you so very much for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, do the like, share, subscribe thing, hit the bell so you know when I'm posting or live again. Drop me a comment, and just be nice. Because my personal philosophy, there we go, the word finally hit me, is to spread love, joy, and kindness, because there is way, way too much hate and discontent out there for me to want to add to it. So, do that. Let your loved ones know that they mean something to you, including your furry ones, even when they're being annoying, because you do not know when that last opportunity is going to be. And with that, my friends, I will bid you a fond farewell. Have a fantabulous, magical, wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Come back here, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time for my daily divination draw, Monday through Friday, and Friday nights at 8 p.m. my time. I do a weekly guided meditation. So, Goofy Dog wants to go out and have his dinner, so I am going to say see ya. I will be back tomorrow. Love you guys. Have a wonderful, fantabulous, magical evening. Good night.